Hello students, welcome to Home Science class. In this the unit Principles and Methods of Preparation of the Food. From the last classes we are discussing or dealing with the preliminary preparation of the food. In this we have already covered with the cleaning, peeling and stringing, cutting and grating and some of the terminologies in that, and sieving, soaking and processing. When coming to the processing, the various processes like mix, let, bind, beat, whip, fold, mash and stuff. In this class, we are going to study these things. First one, coating. The term coating refers to covering a food with a layer of crumbs or flour or other fine substances before cooking it. It adds color, flavor and acts as a binding agent and produces a crunchy texture. Few advantages of coating includes coating adds the color and flavor to the finished product. The coating of breading helps in transmission of heat of the food products. This brings less fat absorption, produces a crunchy texture. This helps the food to retain moisture. They help in binding the food substances. Coating is a process that consists of applying a liquid or a powder into the surface of an edible product to convey new properties. Some of the examples are chocolate coat, nuggets, etc. So what do you mean by coating? Coating, it is a term, refers to covering the food with a layer of crumbs, flour or other fine substances before cooking it. For what it is done? Because it is done to add the color, flavor and this also act as a binding agent and produces some crunchy texture. Next one is the blanching. Blanching means putting the food into boiling water and then immersing in the cold water. This helps in the preservation of the food by destroying the enzymes which is present in the food and hence used as preparations or pre-preparations for preservation. This blanching facilitates peeling for further processing. Usually tomato and potatoes are blanched. In the blanching process, the food, usually a vegetable or a fruit, is scalded in the boiling water, removed after a brief time interval and then finally plunged into the ice water or placed under the cold running water. This is done to halt the cooking process. Blanching food helps to reduce the quality loss over time. People often use blanching as a treatment prior to freezing, drying or canning. Blanching also utilized to preserve color, flavor and nutritional values. Blanching is typically followed by quick, thorough cooling in very cold or ice water. Blanching stops the enzymatic action which otherwise causes the loss of flavor, color and texture. In addition, the blanching removes some of the surface dirt and microorganisms. This brightens the color and helps the slow vitamin losses. When coming to some of the advantages, blanching helps to remove the peel easily. It is preliminary method for canning and freezing. Microorganisms present on the surface are partially removed. Enzymes bringing spoilage can be inactivated. Blanching causes better exposure of the pigment and hence improve the color of the food. Now, the next one is the marinating. Marinating is the process of soaking the food in the marinade. It is known as the marinating. Marinade consists of the liquids made only for the marinating process. Usually oil, flavor bitter and acids are used in making a marinade. The main purpose of marinating is to add the flavor to tenderize the food or the broth or both. Meat, fruits and vegetables are usually marinated. The marination is the process of soaking the food in a seasoned, often acidic, liquid before cooking. The marinade can be either acidic, which will be made from the ingredients such as vinegar, lemon juice or wine, etc. Or the enzymatic, which would be the ingredients used are pineapple, papaya or ginger. Or the ingredients often contains the oil, also the herbs and spices to further flavorize the food items. And which kind of the food could be marinated? So many different food items could be marinated. For example, fruits could be marinated in the wine, tofu in the sesame oil, rice with wine, vinegar and soya sauce, vegetables in olive oil, lemon juice and garlic and so on. And when coming to the meat, the lemon juice, oil, some of the spices and herbs could be used as a marinade for the marination process of the meat. Like this, so many food items could be marinated. So marinating means process of soaking the food in the marinade is known as marinating. Marinade consists of liquid made only for this purpose. Next is a grinding. Grinding can be wet as in case of the chutney, idli batter, or it could also be dry grinding in case of the masala powder, coffee powder, etc. Grinding helps in the proper blending of the flavors. Grinding is a process of breaking solid food items into smaller or fine particles. Special equipment is available to grind different kinds of food. For example, meat grinder for meat, coffee grinder for coffee beans and pepper mill for grinding peppercorns. And the food processor which is used to grind many kinds of foods. And the wet grinding like idli batter and dry grinding for the example is a coffee powder, masala powder, etc. Next one is drying. Drying is done to remove the moisture content in the food. Example, mango powder, papad, etc. Food drying is a method of preservation of food in which the food is being dried or dehydrated or desiccated. Drying inhibits the growth of bacteria, yeast and mold and by the removal of water. Dehydration has been widely used for this purpose since ancient times. Drying the food also longers the shelf life or improve the shelf life of the food. The next one is the filtering. Filtering is done to remove the unwanted particles. For example, coffee, tea, clear soups, fruit juices are filtered. Filtering is a separation of solids from the suspension in a liquid by the means of a porous medium, screen or a filtering cloth which retains the solid and allows the liquid to pass through. The foods like the tea, coffee, fruit juices, etc. could be easily filtered by using the filtration process. So students, in this class we have gone through the coating, blanching, marinating, grinding, drying and filtering. So this is for today.